we're going to have a tutorial on how to notate the Kookaburra song. First step is to set out the music. For this song, we need 2 staves. So we're going to go ahead and draw 2 staves. 1, 2. Cool. I might just fill this one in because this one didn't quite go as planned. There it is, 2 staves. Step 2 is to write out the lyrics and spacing them out along the lines appropriately. Now, one important thing about writing lyrics is when there are words which are long, like Kookaburra, we actually need to put hyphens when we write that so that it indicates the 4 notes we need to fill out the Kookaburra word, which has 4 sounds. So let's write the lyrics out. We're going to have to fit all the lyrics in 2 lines, so let's bunch them up real tight and make sure it's all good. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. And so on. That's the end of the first bar, so you can put the first bar line in. And there's the finished lyrics. Once we have done the lyrics, our third step is to set out the music, part 2, drawing the clef and the time signature. While I'm at that point, let's learn how to draw a treble clef. When you draw a treble clef, you put your pen on the second line, you do a half circle up and a half circle back, so you get a little spiral. Then you go over the top of the stave and straight down the middle. You can finish with a bulb at the end. I'll do that again. Half, half, up to the top and down through the middle. There's a treble clef. We also want to write the time signature, which is 4/4, telling us there are 4 beats in a bar. One thing I forgot earlier was the title of the piece, the Kookaburra song. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, looking all right. Step 4 is to notate the pitch. The pitch is the high and lowness of the notes, and so they will follow the contour of the melody. The melody goes, Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. And so we want to start on G, and right now just draw note heads. Don't worry at all about stems or rhythms and all that, just note heads, but make sure your note heads are lined up above the word that you are notating. So Kookaburra. Now on sits it goes up a step to A. In the old goes back to G. Gum. And on the word tree there's actually 2 notes, hey? Tree. There it is. So step 4 is to notate the pitch. I'm going to quickly get the rest of the song notated. So Mary. Notice that once you practice notating, you'll get pretty quick at it. I use quite skinny notes so that I'm not spending forever shading them in. It's worth doing it in pencil though. Bush is he love. And make sure your notes are lined up above the words so that when a reader reads it, they know that the note corresponds with the word. Okay. Let's make sure the bar lines are there. There it is. At the end, you always want to put a double bar line. The bar lines tell us that each bar has 4 beats. It helps the reader count whereabouts they're up to in the music, and the double bar line at the end tells us the music has finished. Fantastic. Next job is to write out the rhythm. So Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree, tick-a-tick-a-tee, tick-a-tee-tee-tee-tee. We're going to draw the stems so that they correspond with the rhythms. There's a set of semiquavers. We want the T ticker here. And then your T-Ts. Now over here, the word tree has 2 notes associated with it, so we often put a slur here to tell the singer that tree are both part of the same word. Sometimes if it's super long, you might even see a little dash there, so that it tells the singer the word tree is longer. But sometimes that's the case. Doesn't always have to happen. But go ahead and finish notating the rhythm, adding the rhythm by adding the stems, the vertical lines, and the beams, the horizontal lines, so that it has the right rhythms. Okay, when we get to the third bar, something interesting happens. We're going to talk about beaming and which direction you beam on. So, when there's a note, you can either beam it upwards or you can beam it downwards. The important thing is that the note looks like a D or a P. It should not look, it should look like that, sorry. It shouldn't look like a Q, no, and it shouldn't look like a B. Those are backwards. We don't see them in music nowadays, so make sure you draw them like Ds or Ps. So they can be flipped upside down. Now, going back to our example, when we've got notes which are below the middle line of the stave, like this note, we stem them upwards. It's so that we don't get collisions with the words and stuff. It keeps the music quite neat. Likewise, over here, this note is above the middle line of the stave, so we stem it downwards so that the lines don't poke up too high. There's kind of, sometimes these rules are broken to keep the music clear, but that's generally how it is. Last thing you want to check is you want to check your work and count the number of beats and check that all the notes are placed in the right part. So let's go ahead and check our work. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. If there's 4 beats, perfect. Merry, merry king of the bush is he. A little bit unneat there, so I might need to fix it up. Laugh, Kookaburra, laugh. Kookaburra gay, your life must be. There's only 3 beats here. I need to finish off that bar with a rest. Fantastic. So this is a completed notation of the song, The Kookaburra Sits in the Old Gum Tree. Practice it. Get really, really good at notating because that will be a skill you need to develop. Fantastic. Thank you.